Oh, good morning. Good morning. Good Tuesday morning to all you brothers and sisters out there. Hope y'all are doing great, man. Um, it's the dreaded Tuesday, but it's okay. We're going to get through it. It's going to be great. I promise, man. It's December. It's the Christmas season. It's going to be great. We got our Christmas trees up. Um, it's good to get up in the morning and all the lights are off and you're around the corner, in our home and there's our Christmas tree all bright and pretty and beautiful and reminding us it's Christmas season, man. Hope you guys are having a good season. I know All Slander he's having a Griswold Christmas. I saw the video, brother. I hear you, man. Merry Christmas. JR in the house. What is up, bro? It's good to see you, man. I hadn't talked in a while. Copper Goat, good to see you. All Slander, what's up, brother? Good evening, my friend. Your Christmas lights are on now too. In the future. Stars Prepper, what's up? Good to see you. We the people. Already working at you, brother. Hoot out, what's up, man? Good to see you, my friend. Elusive in the house. What's up, man? Ohio Prepper. Good to see you, my sis. Good morning, good morning. Ashley, good morning. Great to see you, sis. Hillbilly, what's up, man? Good to see you, brother. Up north. Is it still snowing up there, man? Are you experiencing the same warming trend that we all have? Angela B, what's going on, sis? My Carolina friend. Wizard, what's up, man? The wizard in the house, y'all. We got this. We got our own personal prepping Gandalf. Oh, man. Big Mama Steph. Good to see you. Kathy T. Hey, sis. I tell you what, North Carolina be's representing up in here sometimes. G2. Good morning, my big sis. Yankee Watchdog. What's going on with you? Good morning, good morning. Awakened One by Oxo. Good morning. Good morning. Great to see you guys in here. Everybody showing up for the Tuesday. Southern Fried Prepper, what's going on with you? I just read your comment from yesterday about Tulsi, and I agree. She is her take on the Second Amendment is like the classic liberal take. It really is. I don't really know if I would ever vote for Tulsi for anything, but I do like her. I really do. She's genuine. She's not a politician. She's a stateswoman. Art living in the house. What's up, brother? Moose Man, what's going on with you? Tooth Fairy in the house. Bobby, what's going on, man? Bobby, how's your wife, brother? She doing better? Big Chap in the house. What's up, Big Chap? Just want to say the earth is round. That's all I got for you. Prepper Plumber in the house. What's up, man? No, me and Big Chap, we're gonna have a discussion about it. I'll get it together, man. I got to get with Sage, and because he said he would host it, and I think we could have a good discussion about it. Good morning, good morning. 111, 6 Killer 111. Howard D, good morning. Making it weird on Tuesday, right? Got to, man, got to. All right, if I miss anybody, Mayhem Studios, good morning. Debbie, did I say hey to you, sis? Good morning. Gene W, good morning. I hate to miss people, man. Oh, my brothers and sisters. Lisa, good morning. Nah, you on time. We're just doing our good morning routine. Roots, Rocks, Feathers, good morning, good morning. Wait, where's Frenchman? I ain't see him. There he is. What's up, brother? Good morning. Good to see you, man. All right, guys. We'll jump into it. We're 5 minutes in. Other brothers and sisters will pop in. Yeah, man, Patriot Front. I wanted to talk about them. First off, before I start showing clips and stuff, do you guys even know who they are? Like, I had never heard of these people until they did this march. And no one really made a fuss about it except the mainstream media. Had you guys heard of Patriot Front? It's supposed to be like a white supremacist group. Uh-oh.
Bye.
You gotta tell me bye. You gotta tell everybody bye. Say bye. You don't see anybody to wave at, do you? Why are you acting all shy?
She smiled.
Mwah. I love you. Have a good day. Let's to your teacher. Merry Christmas.
Why did you do that to her?
I love you, sweetheart.
Love you.
Be safe. All right. Anyway, this is why we do it, guys. This is why we prep. This is why we try to live good lives for those little ones right there. Try to protect them from what's going on in this freaking world. But anyway, like what's going on with Patriot Front. But anyway, that's why I'd never heard of them. I'd never heard of them. I didn't know what it was. If you hear the name Patriot Front, you're like, what is that? Is that some kind of patriotic group or something like that? It's not. It's their intentions are not clear, for one thing. I'm gonna show you guys some of the video. I'm gonna show you. They did a march in Washington D.C. And it was never clear why they were marching, why they were protesting. But I'm just gonna show the clip, and you guys, as you watch it, if you haven't seen it, if you have, just bear with me. And I want you to tell me what impression you get from this clip. All right, so just your initial impression. That's them. Let me see. I saw someone I was gonna say hey to. Hey, Leslie. Good to see you, sis. Good morning, Loretta. Good morning, sis. Good to see you. Milkmaid's in the house too. Milkmaid, what's up? I tell you what, man, all the best people are in here with us. All right, Nicole DD, even Devout Lion is here this morning, guys. Wow. Devout, man, you always go to the extreme. You know that? You really do. But what you said is true. I mean, look at in fact, man, 2 of their people shot themselves during protest. That's all. I'm just gonna leave that out there. All right. So looking at that, I saw it. G2 was pointing it out before we even showed the clip, all the khaki pants and everything. You're right, sis. And a lot of people saw this and like, this is a false flag. These are feds. And one of the main glaring things is, yes, they are super well funded, man. All those same uniforms that they wear, their commercially made flags that they use, all the things you see, because we've seen militias that do their protests. We've seen the Proud Boys. We've seen the Oath Keepers, the 3%ers. We've seen real, like, right-wing racist white supremacist groups like the White Nationalists who did their Tiki Torch marches in 2017 in Charlottesville, Virginia. But if you look at all those things, you'll notice the glaring differences between this. These people are super well-funded men, whoever they are. You know, we're going to do a little investigation here today. And I just want to point out something. But I know people think this is like another FBI thing. I actually don't think they're the FBI, you know, and we'll get into the reasons why here in a little bit. Ginger Snap, good morning. But anyway, like I said, they were there. They did their march. Their leader, their founder, Thomas Rousseau. We'll see him in a little bit. He gives a little speech, but I noticed something about them. They're very careful not to say certain racial things. You know, I mean, they are being portrayed. If you go to the website, you could tell from the language that they use that they are, you know, a white supremacist group. But I do think this is a false flag. I think something's going on here. But anyway, let me show you their recruitment video. It's freaking hilarious. A lot of the things that they say in the language they use, it's almost like a far leftist wrote it, like scripted it out, like what they think like a far right white supremacist militia group would say. Let's see. Check them out.
We must silently watch out, people. It gets predictions locked into apathy. While our homeland is destroyed by the vengeful swords of bureaucrats and student criminals. Today, we will guard against shelters and covers.
Chet, last part. This inside this building is an anarchist book fair. Like, so, I mean, you're supposed to be a white supremacist group, right? Why do you care about anarchist books? You know, what you're doing is kind of anarchy, not true anarchy. And anyway, when did all of that take place? Do y'all ever remember seeing these guys in any of those protests with their little parade for float, you know, burning stuff, shouting with the bullhorn? I literally have never heard of these guys until this recent march in DC. What else did you notice? Like did you notice their balaclavas, their face masks? They all cover their face. Most, you know, right-wing militias or white supremacist groups don't do that, you know. And there's no uniformity. Notice how they were all like young, fit men also. You know, there are no beer bellies, no like older like veterans or anything, but that's part of their group. Like the normal people you would see that are part of white supremacist movements, you know. It's very weird. It's very eerie. And I think we're all right to recognize this for what it is, you know. G2. Thank you, sis. Exactly. Now, I'm going to show a clip from a guy I like to watch. He has a channel called Mr. Reagan. It's a pretty good channel. He's a hardline conservative, you know, and I'm not. And a lot of his takes are just partisan. But he does have a friend who was a former FBI agent who was like one of the head over the domestic terrorism division. And he showed him this video. All right, let me see.
But is this an FBI operation? It's an interesting question, and one that I pose to this guy. This man is the host of the Mark Vines podcast, and a man I consider a friend. I've had him on the show before, and he's not only a great guy, but he is the guy to go to if you want to know what's going on here. He is a former FBI agent, but more importantly, he was a supervisor in the domestic terrorism division, and he can let me know for sure whether or not these guys were legit militia or if they were FBI or, you know, what was going on here. So he happened to call me up last night, and I was working on this video, and I said, hey, I'm doing this video on this group, and I think that they might be a fake FBI organization posing as a white supremacist group. Can you watch the video and let me know what you think? So he clicks on the link, and immediately, you know, this smile flashes across his face, and like a moment later, he just bursts out laughing. Now, he had two comments. One, he said, these guys are definitely not FBI agents. And two, they are definitely not right-wing militia guys. Okay, so what the hell are they?
Right? I don't think they're FBI either, because a lot of them are really young guys. And the average age of someone interested in FBI is someone in their 30s. I have a family member who was in the FBI, and he entered in his 30s. The FBI usually looks for people who already have like a college educated skill, so they don't really recruit people in their 20s, young people out of high school. Actually, the military is the only people who recruit people right out of high school. Like even local law enforcement, I think you have to be at least 20 years old. But anyway, so if they're not FBI, that doesn't mean that this isn't a false flag. There are many other federal agencies also. The Justice Department itself is now an activist group. But I think it's more likely, like G2 pointed out, with their U-Hauls. They always have their U-Hauls that they get out of and bring their equipment. You guys remember a couple of weeks ago, I showed that clip of that lady who directly works for Porge Poros. You guys know who I mean. Gotta be careful saying certain names on YouTube. We want this video to go as far as possible because I think it gets to the root of what's going on in our country. We've talked about it before. We have groups that are trying to sow division constantly, along racial lines. And I don't believe there's a major threat from any white supremacist group. Even this group, there's like 100 members. 100 people are going to overthrow the entire United States of America. Get out of here, But you notice no one's running to join these groups or anything like that. We know that there are racists. We know there's white supremacist groups. And we also know they are no major threat to overthrowing this country because the majority of us, we're not into that crap. We're against that. We're Americans. And but anyway, that's what I think's happened. Here's what I think happened. Antifa, another group that is totally funded by Porge Poros, went out all last year and they're trying to fight the Nazis and the white supremacists. They didn't find any. So they just burned down as many black neighborhoods as they could, right? I know that they had fought in the past with groups like the Oath Keepers, like the 3%ers, like the Proud Boys, who the mainstream media tried to paint as white supremacist groups. Problem is, these groups have been here for a very long time, and we know who they are. And their membership does not only include white males, especially like the Proud Boys. The chairman of the Proud Boys is a black gentleman. He's Afro-Cuban. Enrique Tarrio, 90% of his chapter are not white people. They have gay people. I think he even said they have a trans member in the Proud Boys. So I don't think they are the hardline white supremacists that they've been tried to paint as. Same thing with other groups too, like 3%ers and the Oath Keepers, So I think they got the bright idea. Let's make our own white supremacist group. We'll fund them, and then they can go out and represent the white supremacist movement that we're trying to fight against. I wouldn't be surprised if we start seeing clashes, staged LARPing clashes between these two groups. Antifa shows up in their U-Hauls. Patriot Front shows up in their U-Hauls, all rented by the same people. And they come together and they fight in the streets. I really think that's what this is. I think that some group, some well-funded group started this, man. And everything about it rings false. It doesn't seem genuine. It seems like an act. It seems like Hollywood to me, once again. But anyway, Ghetto, good morning, brother. Yeah. I mean, everything that Antifa did over 2020, burning all these cities down, they already tried to say it was Trump supporters dressed up like that, doing that. It's like, get out, man. Get out of here. No one believed that. No one believed it at all. For one thing, Antifa is a young group. If you think about it, they're really young people out there doing all that stuff, for the most part. Devout, you are in rare form today, brother. Right? Could you imagine, man? They're out there fighting in the streets, and us regular Americans are like, look at these idiots fighting each other. They're on the same team. I was upset with the mask they were allowed to enable in fear to take away from the simps. I knew they could, right? But yeah, like, again, another group that always wears masks and whatnot, Antifa, and then this group always wearing masks everywhere they go. They had a training video too. I didn't clip it, but because it was stupid. But in their clip, they're wearing the exact same thing they are in that in the march in DC. So in their training video, they're in the woods, they're all alone, they're in remote area, they're still wearing masks and stuff. They're wearing masks because they don't want to be identified, because they're not really white supremacists. I really believe these are like left-wing activists that think, I mean, what do they think, man? They're faking a white supremacist movement. How do they think? They're faking white supremacy so that they can fight white supremacy. You know, so I think this is just another ploy to divide us, man. You know, Jesus. But anyway, this is the guy who's supposedly the founder of this group. His name is Thomas Rousseau. I want you to listen to him. Tell me if he's not regurgitating a script that someone else wrote for him. And I want you to, he doesn't sound like a white supremacist to me. He sounds like a leftist Marxist trying to overthrow the government. Listen to the language he uses.
When our identity was being denied, Americans did not, celebrate. They didn't sit around with hot dogs and go on fishing boats and set off little fireworks in their backyard, right? That would be insulting. And I think today we need to come to a realization of what our holidays are actually about. Because in times of tranquility and prosperity, these holidays can be times of celebration for what you have. But we aren't in those times. So these days need to be calls to action. We not only seek to exchange the structures which guide modern social, philosophical, legal, and political conduct, but we seek to dig to the core beliefs, the foundation of why the government is legitimate, why it ought to be, and why it should be there at all. We recognize the need for organizing and the need for a structured society, but we don't go so far as legitimizing conventional parties and conventional dynamics, which can only yield conventional results, which are by their very nature opposed to the revolutionary consciousness that we are making every effort to promote, to instill, to inspire, and to forge ourselves into physical blood and bone representatives of.
Doesn't he seem like what I said, a Marxist activist? Notice how he started by saying our 4th of July celebrations using fireworks, eating hot dogs and stuff. He's saying that's wrong. He's trying to paint it wrong. Doesn't that sound like Antifa to you guys? They've been attacking every American holiday for years now. They're attacking Christmas. They attack Thanksgiving. They call it a racist holiday. You know, the 4th of July, they don't want to celebrate it. They came up with something. What is it? They're trying to replace it with Juneteenth. They're trying to replace 4th of July with Juneteenth or something like that, which is fine. Like I've always said, celebrate whatever you want to. This is America, but don't tell me not to celebrate what I want to at the same time, you know. But yeah, guys, I think this is a false flag. I really do. I don't think it's the FBI. But I bet the federal government is definitely involved, and some well-funded private person, because that's how they get away with crap now. The establishment, shields, that's what they do. You know, Brandon did his executive order trying to force businesses to be his Gestapo and make their employees get the jab. You know, and of course it backfired. The Supreme Court shot it down. This is what they do. They get other people to do their dirty work, so no one can point at them and say, "Oh, look, the government, you know, is authoritarian." But anyway, smells like soy, right, bro? I'm down, man. I think there should be some very serious ramifications for government officials who don't do their job and don't represent their people. I really do. We really should be. These treasonous acts, there have been acts of treason that have been committed. Gosh, man, it's Tuesday morning. Have been committed by our government officials, by our politicians, and nothing's happened to them, man. Look at all the treasonous acts that have happened. Look at how General Milley was contacting the leader of the Chinese army, the general over there behind President Trump's back. The sitting U.S. president now, going behind his back and sharing information with him and letting him know, like, no matter if this guy decides to go to war with y'all, I'm not going to let it happen. That is treason. That is treason. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. There was no trial, even nothing. But yeah, I think treason should be punishable by death. I think we should have hangings on the front of the White House lawn. And I think that would keep people in line. All these treasonous senators and people like Ilhan Omar, you know, who makes the comment about 9/11, some people who did something. That's how she sums up 9/11. You know, she's been caught wrapped up and embroiled thanks to Project Veritas. We know that she was a part of the whole buying votes thing in her district. She has been an advocate for terrorists. The guy who was trying to join ISIS, she wrote a letter to the judge saying that he was just a victim of the American system. What? It's America's fault he's going to join ISIS? Come on, you know. For all these treasonous acts, man, Devout, you're on top of it, man. You should be in charge. Silent Whispers, good morning. Good to see you. You think if they were this big, we would have heard of them before, and that video is definitely made with some serious cameras from multiple angles, definitely professional. It was very professional. Their website is immaculate. Like, it's a beautiful website. The content sucks, you know, because like I said, there's a lot of it's racist rhetoric, but it's like underneath the surface. You can tell they're very careful not to say certain racist trigger words, you know, like they're not out there blasting the N-word or anything like that, or saying the Holocaust didn't happen. But they also use language. You can tell they're trying to co-opt certain patriotic terms and like the red, white, and blue. They're trying to make that into a white supremacist thing. They want to put that image into our minds. It's all about dividing us, man. But look, as soon as they do this stuff, it doesn't ring true to us. Real patriots, even you guys, you brothers and sisters who are in the fight with us, who aren't American citizens because you're going through it in your own country, you see it. You know, I don't know. I'm just tired of the BS, man. You know, I'm ready for the uprising, the real one. It is punishable by death, but we never use it. You know, we never call people out. Like, what's his name? Oh, God. What's his name? Sowell, the guy who was with Fang Fang, the Chinese spy, sleeping with her. And he wasn't even investigated, and he wasn't even removed. He is the head of the intelligence committee. The intelligence committee sleeping with a Chinese spy. That's why, I mean, we've been infiltrated by the Chinese for a long time. We really have. I mean, gosh, they've got a man in the White House now. Yeah, right. They stole it from her. That white supremacist symbol, the American flag. Right, sis? You guys could check out their website, man. I mean, it's a very professional website, and if you compare it to other white supremacist groups, you can see the glaring difference. You know, they're putting on an act, man. These people aren't real. They're not serious. But we see what they're doing. We see their crap. We're not putting up with it. We're not fooled by it. They think we're stupid. That's the thing. And I think the problem is a lot of us were asleep for a long time. We just weren't paying attention. We weren't stupid. We were just distracted by living in our modern society. We live in the first world. You know, there's a lot of distractions for us out there. And the mainstream media had been infiltrated right under our noses and gone into bed with the establishment and the globalists all over the world. And that's why we didn't see what was going on. But now that we are awake, now that we are awakened, you know, we're not going to believe any crap. They can't just pull the wool over our eyes anymore. We see Hollywood for what they are, everything they put out, right? Because they're a part of this program. We see everything that the establishment's doing, the rhinos and the dinos, the uniparty. We see what they're doing. The globalists trying to push us into Great Reset. We see what they're doing. the authoritarians all over the world, we see what you are doing, and we're not putting up with it. We're not standing for it, and we're not believing this false narrative about a racial divide in our country. We're not going to let it divide us, man. But anyway, guys, looks like our time's up this morning. I didn't get to give you guys the update on the Ghislaine trial that I got for you, but I'll do that first thing. We'll talk about it more in depth tomorrow. I appreciate all y'all coming in, man. I knew you guys would be on top of it with me. I knew that a lot of you probably had never heard of them, just like I had never heard of them before a couple of days ago. But it's because we see what we're doing, and it's because we're not white supremacists. We're not out there looking for white supremacist groups to join, you know. But I appreciate it. I hope y'all have a great day. All slander, brother. Have a good evening. Let's see. Man, Chad, what's up, man? Vividness. Good morning. Good to see you, man. I'm glad you're here. Always. Things going on. What's going on over there in Denmark? But yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. I'll see you guys out there in the ether. Y'all know how it is, man. Let's go after culture. Let's change the culture and be prepared. God bless.